Hey everyone, and welcome back to World of Warships. This is the first ever game that I played in the hood. I had this ship for a little while, and I just didn't get around to having the time to play the ship. This game was actually a game that I played straight after I played the Grosser Kurfürst game that I put up previously. And it's interesting, I find this ship to be a little bit like the Admiral Hipper, only with a lot more armor and a little bit less on the acceleration and deacceleration. But it seems to be almost just as maneuverable, especially when it gets up to speed. So we're just gonna move in behind the cruiser, the Otago and the Yagumo, and try and support them in taking C. We actually have two Yagumos here. I've been spotted already, so already I know that there's a cruiser pretty close to us. In fact, you can see the sea zones being capped. It's not the Otago, it's probably a destroyer, sorry, not a cruiser. Now, yeah, I haven't played this ship before, and when I did play this game, I totally forgot to spec the captain and look at premium resources or consumables and stuff. I just said, okay, let's have a go at this ship, and went straight in. Otago's returning fire. I'm trying to get shots at him. Not used to these guns yet. Takes a little bit to get used to the guns sometimes. These are pretty good guns, really though. Don't really have anything else to shoot at, so keep trying to hit the Otago. That one looks like it might be the Takao instead of the Otago. Genizer now come into view. Here I'm a bit umming and ahhing. Should I keep going after that Otago, or should I think more about the Genizer now? I'm just going to move into the capture zone. I'm spotted by aircraft. Here's where I'm trying to decide what I should do, and I figured I don't want to let this Genizer now get around behind us or around the side here and have two angles of shots coming in at us, so I think the Takao pops up again, or the Otago pops up again, and I think about it for a second, then I go, nah, I'm going after that Genizer now. So here I'm looking for where that Otago might be. And at that point I figured, no, let's go after this Genizer now and bully him. Otago really kind of had it out for me in this game. I don't know how many others he shoots at, but he seems to shoot at me a lot in this. And this Genizer now is all on his own now. He's in a big, deep trouble. He's in deep shit. And he's almost sitting on the border, so he's slowed right down as well. Yeah, his game's over. It's time to take our attention back to B. I probably shouldn't have run this far out, but I don't know, I was playing the Hood and she just seems like she feels quick. Like you're in those ships and you know when one feels like it's a bit faster than others. Try and attack that Otago some more. One penetration. At this range, you're always pretty lucky to get at least 1 or 2 shells, maybe, if you're lucky. Probably should have waited a little bit there. He started turning away just as I pulled that trigger. And I saw it, and oh well, doesn't matter. There's nothing else to shoot at the moment. But yeah, as I was saying, the ship feels like it moves pretty quick through the water. And sometimes that'll fool you into thinking that you can go you're going a lot faster than you actually are. And sometimes you accidentally let yourself get out of position because you think you can run back pretty quick, but you're still only going about 30 knots. Which isn't that slow, really. Try and shoot up this dash can. 3,000, normal pen. But overall, it's pretty comfortable to play so far. I've only played a few more games after this, 1 or 2, maybe 3. But even then, the ship feels reasonably comfortable. I misjudged how far he was moving forward there. I'm gonna miss this one. And then our Otago decides to run in the back of me. It's alright, it happens. People not paying fully attention to what they're doing. Eventually turns his ship away from me after he hits me a second time. It's good that it gives you such an early warning on your torpedoes, but those are a bit far away to worry about, I guess. Still, if I was in the sniper mode, I would like to get that kind of early warning. There's that Otago again. I think I chased him around as much as he was firing at me, so yeah, that probably accounts for why he shot at me so much. Now here I figure I'm just gonna move into this little spot just here beside this island, because I'm not top tier in this game. Though the Hood's armor is pretty good once it's angled, or it seems to be okay when it's angled. Against cruisers anyway. It's the only thing that really tests it out in this game. Apart from the Amagi. It shoots at me a bit later. So I figure I'll come in here, and I'll sit here and I'll try and just cover B a bit and let him only shoot at my angled side. Deal with the cruisers that are sitting in the cap already. Good citadel on in there. I think I totally forgot about the defensive fire cooldown that this ship has when those planes were coming over. And there's a second lot coming over and I didn't realise, I didn't see them on the map. Silly me, wasn't looking. Some shots at that crew. He's a bigger threat, he's a tier 9. And I'm only a tier 7 in this game. It's a tier 9 game and it's a tier 7 battleship. But then again, it's a battleship. See if we can finish off this Otago. Second there, I thought he was turning back out again. It's alright. We got him.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Looking at this ruin because he's a bigger threat than that Otago. That Otago doesn't really have a line of sight of me. It's the ruin that can shoot at me. Well, the Otago's not even looking this way anyway. So I'll switch back over to the room. Break his steering. 3 penetrations, 8,000 damage. Yeah, it's not so bad. Pretty good, really. I think we get a cheap kill here on this Otago. It's almost a kill steal. In just a second, just waiting for him to turn a bit further. There we go. Okay.
We sank an enemy cruiser.
But yeah, this little spot here, it's reasonably good for when you're not got control and there's people in there or there's ships in there that you have to deal with first. It's a good bit of cover here. Let's see what we can do about this Otago. There's a lot of Otagos in this game. Oh, there's one less.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
I must admit, I'm not sure how I feel about being able to do that. I was pretty excited at the time because I got 4 kills. I'm tier 7 in a tier 9 game. I'm doing pretty good and this is the first time I've played this ship. Trying to get out of the way of this Amagi. I don't want him shooting at me because he's got the bigger guns. This is the tier 8, I'm the tier 7. So I push around this island. Or move off around this island. But he doesn't slow down. Usually a ship will slow down once it's getting close to the edge of an island. Now I don't have torpedoes, and he probably knows that. But I don't think he's seen my Arabuki sitting behind that little island. I figured, you know what, I'm going to let him come around, and I'm going to try and plant some shots into his side. And so he obliges, comes around, broadside on. And I hit him, and 4 penetrations, 15,000 damage. This is not too bad, I probably could have done better. These were bigger guns. And then our Ibuki finishes him off.
Our team has taken the lead.
And that's pretty much it for this game. This game has pretty much only got one outcome at this stage.
Is in sight.
I don't know. I don't think this carrier gets finished off before we get to 1,000 points. Can't remember. He's too far away from me, so yeah, just have to wait for the game to finish now. But yeah, no, Hood isn't bad. It's not a bad ship. There aren't too many ships in this game that I would say were bad ships. But yeah, that wasn't bad for a first game in this ship, and it's a tier 9 game for the first game, which was a surprise to me, to be honest. And we've managed to 100,000 damage, almost earned 500,000 credits, and just over 6,000 experience. That's pretty good. Managed to top the team in the tier 9 game in this ship, and the first time we've played it, so yeah, definitely can't complain about that. Did some pretty good damage in that game. I didn't have to tank too much damage. So that's it for my first game in the hood. It's a reasonably good ship, I think. Hope everyone enjoyed that, and I'll catch you all later.